Okay, everyone, good morning. So we're continuing the halachot of weddings, and there's a few interesting points. The first is that one thing to, of course, have in mind that if a wedding is in a shul, we have to be extra careful how we're acting, how we're talking, how we're dressed, and remember we're in a shul even more than in a hall. We have to remember where we are. Now, the birkat irusin that we make under the chupa is the bracha of marriage, which comes together with kiddush, with the gefen. Now, let's say for whatever reason they don't have wine, so you can use a different drink if there's no wine. And let's say there's no wine and there's no different drink. You could imagine, let's say, wartime or in the DP camps. We heard people got married, so you could still get married with just the bracha of irusin without the kiddush. You could still, without even any drink, you could still do the chuppah. Ideally, here as well, there needs to be a minyan. There's recently a chatan that reached out to me. He says, look, I want to make a wedding in Israel, but the war happened, so I'm waiting for later to do something big, but I still want to get married here, so I want to do something very, very small. Can we do just 2 witnesses? And so technically you can. That's the absolute bare minimum is chatan and kala, and 2 witnesses. And if one of the witnesses knows how to run the chuppah, then really that's all you technically lead. But you want to go a little bit bigger than that. It's not really wartime. It's not the DP camp or whatever. So next minimum would be with a minyan, right? So that's what I told him to do it. We're here. We have people that we can. You have people. So let's do it at least with a minyan, and that's the real minimum, so to speak. Even though it could even be less than that. Last point is, so I mentioned the other day how Chabad, let's say they do the chuppot outside. I was once at like a minus 20 chuppah. It was absolutely freezing. But even in such a situation, the Masader Kiddushin, the one that says the Kiddush, has to be holding the cup without his gloves, straight on holding the cup. But more importantly is that when the woman accepts the ring, sometimes they have these fancy gloves, maybe back in the day more, she has to take the glove off, has to go directly on her finger as opposed to going over a glove. So that's just something it's an interesting point when it comes to the chuppah. We'll talk a little bit more about this next week as well. Minchat tonight at 4:25, going up incrementally, very small every week. 4:25. Have a good day, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.